What's up everyone, this is CoyneDawg here with another GTA video. So in this video I'm going to be sharing with you one of my many Gfred adventures. So for anyone that doesn't know what a Gfred is, it's basically a race across the map, and there's a number of checkpoints spread all over the place. There's no set route that you have to go to get to each checkpoint, it's just the kind of up to you which way you go, and you get your cars off the street. So it really is luck of the draw. I left, actually this was recorded on Bruffy1322's 24-hour Twitch stream, and I stupidly left the commentary on, hence why there's no sound and just a bit of background music. So it started really well. I found a bullet. I was a bit worried at this point that Actual Panda was going to steal it, but I managed to get away. This is, you know, one of the best cars you can get at the very start. So I was pretty confident this was going to go well. I've cut this down into highlights, by the way, so you don't have to watch all the travel time. So at the first checkpoint here, going into the quarry, I was ahead. Beautiful transition across into the quarry there. Straight back out again. You can see I'm, what, 6 or 7 seconds ahead of the person behind me. I knew that because I was so far ahead I was going to get taken out, so I decided to go down here instead, and that kind of didn't go quite to plan. I was trying to avoid all the people that were going, as you can see on the map there, going up to the way, because you always get taken out. But yeah, that went pretty well. We then got to the airport, so I'm still in the lead. I'm a long way in the lead by this point because this car was quite quick. Took the jump, went okay. It's not the best I've ever done on the jump, but I have done a hell of a lot worse, including exploding. Landed on the wall, not ideal, but you know, it was okay. And the other guy, I think, is just coming up onto here now, so he's just landing as I'm going. So you know, I'm probably what, 10-15 seconds ahead at this point. This is looking really good for a win here. I've never won a Gfred before, but I was feeling pretty confident at this point because we were so far ahead of everyone, and I didn't recognise the name of the other person, so I didn't think he'd know all the routes that you take to win this race. And then, unfortunately, it started to go wrong. You know, I'm so far ahead at this point, like, I didn't need to do what I'm about to do. So I saw an Infernus and I gambled and decided to swap the bullet for it. I figured the Infernus would be a better choice to get up Chiliad, which is the next checkpoint for anyone that doesn't know. But you know, it was. I had so much time in the bank, I thought it was worth swapping. So I took this route, as we always do. And then this happened. And at this point I'm stuck. It's not going anywhere, there's nothing I can do to roll it over, it's stuck against a tree. Of all the things to happen. So I decided at this point to bail out, go back to the road, get something else, try and lose as little time as possible, but as soon as this happened I knew the race was gone. You know, I had a lot of time in the bank, but I didn't have time to run up a bloody hill like this. So yeah, so I went back to the road to see what I could find. I stood around for a few minutes to see what came across. I'm obviously not going to take any of these things here because they're just not quick enough, and because I want to go up the quicker route up the side of Chiliad, it's got to be something that can at least get me up there. So I hung around for a little bit just to see what had come along, and then I was lucky eventually. Well, I say lucky, it wasn't that lucky, that this vehicle came along just on the road here, which I believe is it a Felon? I think it could be a Felon, I can't remember. I get all these cars mixed up because they look quite similar, but I figured I hadn't got any more time to waste and this would be the best car to take. Yeah, it's a Felon GT. I thought about, I tried to use the car then that I'd acquired to sort the Infernus out, so I knocked it off the tree thinking that I'd then be able to get in it, but it it then slid down the thing, and there goes the number plate, and it was still upside down and I couldn't get in it, so I just gave up at this point. I thought there's no point wasting any more time on it. At this point, you know, the race is gone. It shows that I'm in 8th, and you know, I was really annoyed. I was actually shouting abuse at my screen at this point. And it was all my own fault for being stupid and swapping the Infernus and then taking that stupid jump. So we then got onto the train tracks, obviously to head towards the quicker route up the side of Chiliad instead of taking the slower route. And of course, there's the train. I tried to get past him, because I thought I might be able to get past him before the bridge, but I could see at this point that was not going to happen. So again, lost a load of time here. Had to follow him across the bridge, which is obviously a lot slower than it normally would be, but I did manage to get past him eventually. And these are all the sorts of things that happen with a Gfred, and this is why Gfred is so good, because every single time you do a Gfred, it happens, something different happens, it's never the same. Yeah, don't crash into the train, that's not smart. But yeah, I got past him eventually at this point, and we headed off up the side of Chiliad. The route up Chiliad was uneventful, although this car obviously isn't the best to climb the side of Chiliad, but you know, it went okay. I hope you're enjoying the funky music, by the way. So we got up to the top of Chiliad. I tried to take the quicker route to get the checkpoint and failed miserably because I didn't get enough speed. So I had to back up and nearly went down the wrong side of the mountain. So yeah, off I went now. I was in 10th position at this point, and then just here, as we come around here, you'll see Actual Panda coming down the side there, and I decided I wanted to beat him, so rather than be careful, I just thought, right, I'm going for it. I've already lost the race, so I had nothing to lose. That went quite well. I hit a tree which stopped me going too far. The amount of times that I've exploded down this mountain is just ridiculous. So yeah, it went okay after that, but it turned out it wasn't actually any quicker. Obviously, you've got to do a few pirouettes and spins down Chiliad. That's kind of like just law. You have to do that on the way down. And there's so much more to happen in this. I can't believe we're only at Chiliad. There's quite a lot of more interesting events to come in this Gfred. But yeah, so we got down okay. And you'll see just as we come down here, there goes Actual Panda. So I was actually no quicker by doing what I did there. So yeah, lol. But luckily for me, his lead was short-lived, as you'll see in a moment. So obviously I was never going to keep up with his Infernus when I've got this Felon. I'm trying my best to curb boost over the train tracks here, but it's not really working. Some poor dude on a bike there. And then that's Bruffy on the way. I'm not sure why I went to the left on the train track, and that was Actual Panda blowing up in the background there, and we had to reverse as quick as possible. Bruffy runs someone over to try and get out of the way of the train. We'll watch that again in slow replay, just so you can see the lovely sight of Actual Panda going up in a ball of flames. So yeah, we went back again now, and let's just go back and watch that again. So I've slowed this down to half speed just so you can see. So just look there, and boom, there he goes. And then I don't know if you can see it in the video or not, but he rages in chat afterwards. Bruffy's obviously desperately trying to get out of the way as well, and you'll see the poor bloke here. He's just fallen off his bike onto the railroad. I'm not sure why he did that. Bruffy just runs him over. That was so funny. Yeah, if you watch the Twitch playback, you'll be able to see that from Bruffy's perspective as well. So you can see on the chat there that Actual Panda was raging. I'm not sure what happened to the other guy that's also raging. I'm assuming he blew up down Chiliad. So we're in 8th position here. You know, it's still not going too bad. I made a little bit of a small mistake here. Ended up on the wall. Nothing too bad, but you know, a small mistake that I didn't really need to make, and I lost the position at this point to that guy there. And then watch this. This is like the best overtake ever. Like literally overtake. So I just watch this. So this is Netrex, I think, in his Infernus, and just look at that. I think I do a slow-mo replay of this. Yeah, let's just watch that again in slow-mo. Just look at that. That is absolutely amazing. I can't believe that I was going so much quicker than him when he's got an Infernus and I'm in my little Felon. Obviously, I didn't keep that position for long because obviously he's in his Infernus, which is just so much quicker than me when we get up to the higher speeds. So off he went. And then after that, nothing really happened until we got to the swim. So, oh, this is my dismount where I failed, I crashed, unfortunately. Which I lost all my speed then, so when we go off the cliff here into the water, yeah, unfortunately, because I lost all that speed, I didn't even make it into the water, so I drove in. Netrex has gone the other way round, and he's coming from the other side. So I went this way because I knew he'd gone the other way, so there was no point just following him. And then you can see on the map here how close it was between us. So he's coming from the right to the island, and I'm coming in from the left here. But unfortunately, he is just that little bit ahead of me. But I think I made up time on him because he was a lot further ahead than that when I came into the water. But yeah, so I ended up finishing 9th. But that was my eventful highlights of my Gfred. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I know I did. And if you haven't done a Gfred, then definitely make sure you do one sooner or later. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that video. It was quite an entertaining Gfred. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video, probably a testing video. Thanks very much.